Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. And thank you for the new subscribers coming here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the comments. If you have any more comments, posted below the video. Look at it to the chart. Hopefully, from yesterday, you learned things. Maybe during the moon, when I was connecting with the North Node, you find something out. Talking about find something out in there, and when she was moving into the end of areas, it was squaring Pluto. What do you need to transform? But that squaring of Pluto is going to come in early in the morning, and that is going to be connecting with what there? It's going to be connecting with what is your perceptions about the material world. And the sense that the moon today is going to be joining Jupiter, who is retrograde. You're going to be looking in the soul. How is your perspective about the material things, the material possessions, the material gains from spiritual point of view? Maybe some of you is going to get and find out that when you die, you ain't taking a single atom from here, a single penny, a single dollar. You can't take the house with you. You can't take anything. Everything that you had here stays here, one way or another. It is what it is. But that is going to be a hard lesson. And we're talking about that currently masculine energies are having these divine energies with Jupiter, but since that the moon is going to come in there, the moon is going to be the intuition is going to be kick in, and the intuition is going to be growing with that Jupiter, with that spirituality in there. If you get the proper message, you're gonna get it. But early in the morning at 7 o'clock, there's gonna be the squares with Pluto. Whatever he have not transformed, he's gonna be really touching it in there. And talking about that, the moon is descending in there. That it's going to be at between the sixth and the fifth house. Be mindful about something that is related to kids. What are you doing it with that positions? Because that is going to be at the fifth house. The ascendant in the morning is going to be in Scorpio. The midheaven it's going to be at Virgo, but it's going to be squaring Mercury. Be mindful about it. Whatever at Virgo squares Mercury, are you doing the proper conversations? Are you saying the proper words? Or you say something that it triggers from within you, but that is a fears, that is a something that you should have not said. What is that it? Are you talking from that point of love? And talking about this, I'm going to bring you the chart, guys, so you guys can see it, what I'm talking about. Right, here is. All right, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. That midheaven there, it's in Virgo. Okay, it's gonna be squaring Mercury, who is here, but Mercury is squaring Neptune, and that is a what you're not going to see it. You're probably gonna say something, communicate something that you should have not. Where that comes from, your internal visions, your internal situations, your pressures. Talking about pressures, you may feel the pressures from the collective. Collective is focus of the things that needs to progress. And some of the masculine energies right now, they have these pressures because whatever they do, nothing works. Who is stopping that? Saturn. So it's about 10 days, 14 days. This energy is going to be moving. There's going to be some moving within that situations. Enough is enough. But talking about this energy, you need to remember it exactly that energy, because in about a month, I think like month and a half, we are going to have Venus transiting through there, and she's going to have the same thing. So whatever you practice it now as masculine energies, you're gonna practice it as a feminine. It's been going on the whole year around. So learn from the masculine. Also, you need to pay attention, Soren, to this, that it takes a masculine energies to activate your feminine energies. to take the courage to be a woman, but at the same time, it is applied to the other way around. You, if you find out that your toxic masculine energies, to activate your feminine energies, to understand what is the proper masculine energies on you. All right, guys, this is gonna be a lesson, primary lesson. All right, so let's go throughout the day. Talking about later on at 8 o'clock, energies are still gonna be good. It's still gonna be great in there. The moon and Jupiter is gonna dropping that squaring with Pluto. Through it, it's gonna be only triggered through the midheaven and the ascendant at some point. But currently, at this moment, it is about the growth. So midheaven that it's coming from Libra is about the relationship. You want this proper relationship. You want this proper situations. You want the balance and the peace. To remind you that the peace in the soul is a higher vibrations that maintains the love in you. For those who are still trying to figure things out, because Mercury squaring Neptune, that's what I was talking about, not proper or lack of communications in there. But since the authority and Mars is squaring with Saturn, some of the people are not going to be taking proper actions. They're going to feel things. But that is the pressure energies, guys. But everything else, if you're living into the peace, if you're living into the divine energies, you can see it in your chart. They are working for you. They are present for you. All you have to do is tap, tap, tap it in. Tap it in from within yourself. Get touch back within your own self and let the things flow naturally way. So talking about the next hour, the midheaven it's gonna be with Venus. Talking about this love, but pretty soon Venus is gonna be squaring Pluto, and whatever you not transform into the relationship, you're gonna be working on it. Usually, this aspect it's heavy. Why? Because it's gonna be digging into your subconscious. Right now, midheaven it's preparing you for this. So pay attention. Maybe around this 9 o'clock, there's gonna be a trigger within your subconscious. Maybe I'm not opening the love. Maybe I'm not doing the love. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Why do I demand love when I should be also giving and receiving love? If I give love, I should receive love. And to understand there is a magic within the ones who gives. It's always been like that. The universe sees that you give love, and if you don't receive here on the 3D, you'll get in a different way. All right, that's what we're talking about. So, talking about this energy, the ascendant there is that Sag is going to be very close with Mercury. As I said, be mindful what you're saying about it. But Mercury is still in divine energies with Uranus. That's going to be a sudden changes. It's like, oops, I did it again. But it's going to be a, oops, I need to change that because I can do it again. If you guys know what I'm talking about, repeating things from the same things from before, from the past, you're gonna catch yourself up. But you're not gonna catch yourself up until you don't thinking about it. If you catch yourself while you're thinking, good. Hopefully you don't catching yourself after you spoke, because spoken word throwing stone. Once the stone is throwing, he is going. So be mindful about this, but also take a look this communications inside of it within. If someone has things and they apologize, like, you know what, I don't know what I've been thinking, and so on and so on. Take a look at it and accept it, because people are growing right now. You can't just go out there and when somebody's growing and they make a mistakes and they're doing this and this, and you just go and blow off. That is going to be the wrong things that you need to do, because you kind of like I had enough. And Saturn with the Sun and Mars, oh boy, it's gonna be triggering you in a big level. So be mindful about those energies. Talking about these energies, the next hour at 10 o'clock, as you see it here on your screen, guys, midheaven, it is opposing the moon and Jupiter. The moon and Jupiter is the 7 degrees right now within Taurus. You're going to begin to feel that energies that are coming in. But that energy is connecting from what? Okay, we're talking about the masculine energies and the authority. working with the intuition. That is a mother, father, and a son. Two comes in and look at it, these divine energies, these new divine prospects, these new divine situations for a better work, things to become working. Why? Because the ascendant, it is at Capricorn. Okay, you see it, the situations is gonna come in. How you gonna resolve it? Are you gonna resolve it by the immature way? Or are you gonna sit down and have a mature conversations with inner peace within your soul? The conversation is gonna be different if you do that. So, talking about in the next hour, midheaven it's gonna be opposing Uranus there. Some of you don't like what the current situations, what the universe has for you. You're like, I need everything, I got everything, and so on and so on, and then like now I didn't get what I supposed to get. You gotta be ready to get what you have to get, and you have to learn the patience to receive when it's divine time, not when it is your time. Okay, and between your time and whatever the time is, it's gonna be a little different because you're not flowing with the energies. And talking about this not flowing with the energies, the ascendant that is at Capricorn right here, it has that red line and towards Venus. What else he didn't did with love? Is there something within the shadow? Is something that he didn't did that? Is something that left outspoken? It is something you hide behind the rug, or you open up the rug. You spoke about it, but kind of like have a fear. Should you talk more? Should it shows up how much more is down there underneath the rug? And this is why some of the people are going to have a fear of talking. But you need to understand the only way to go through the fear, it is to go through it and understand that once you overcome the fear doesn't control you, and then the love it kicks in. That is the power of Venus. Talking about the next hour, midheaven, it's going to be at Sag, and you better learn to have those communications. But man, that is going to be a lot of fears here we're talking about. This is about noon. Usually, that is the energies that when you're taking a break from work and you're texting or you're talking and so on and so on. Should I say this? What should I say? And so on, so on. You need to trust the love inside of you, first of all, and the divine energies. They're going to tell you what you need to say. As you see it, that the energy from the moon and Jupiter that is right here is just pouring towards up. It's activating Mars and the Sun and a midheaven at this time. And it goes to these transformations here. From that transformations, which is Pluto, that energy is going down to Neptune. And from Neptune, it goes into Uranus. And that energy is going back into empowering these communications with Mercury, but also with the love. That love, it's coming back towards Neptune. As I see it, Neptune can be a very decisive and deceiving this time. It's like, what are you acting for? But Neptune represents the depth of your emotions. Bury it. At the end, after you know everything, you're like, oh my God, now I know what am I supposed to do. Grow, mature, so you can be reborn. Because Neptune and Saturn, they're going to be walking together in Aries. New beginnings for a lot of people. Are you going to be ready for it? Huge questions. All right, so talking about the next hour, communication time, yeah. Be careful with these triggers. As I said for it, the ascendant is in Saturn. You are like, oh, I cannot make this call. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. You're telling yourself you can't. Because that's what it's better because when you say you can't, somebody else wanted to do it for you. But nobody can help you to evolve and mature. You have to do it this on your own. But that ascendant that is at Pisces is going to be digging in within this subconscious part in there. What is your subconsciously limiting yourself? You do that as you see it right here, that ascendant with Saturn that it's connecting right here. It is coming towards the moon and Jupiter. You're going to be growing spirituality on earth that's going to improve and approve actions of Mars. But you're going to be tested. The full moon is coming. That's what you feel these pressures right now as the full moon begins to get its power. But now during Jupiter and Uranus, when she's going to be moving in, she's going to gain this power. But then you're going to face the oppositions of what you're telling right now. Because the authority is going to be like, oh, well, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, and so on and so on. I don't like what I see, I don't like what I hear, I don't know what to express. There is too much duality, there is too much things. And this is going to be the moment that is some of the people that are going to be make it or break it. But if you break it, you have to come back, make it again, so you can learn to make it. Huge lessons there. So talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 2 o'clock, midheaven goes to Capricorn. That is going to be this power of this union of the moon and Uranus and Jupiter in there. That inner work that needs to be done so you can break these limitations. So whatever you have right now at the first degrees over at Capricorn, you are finding the solutions of the resolutions of what is stopping you, and you do not act upon all this energies between Saturn, Mars, and the authority. For certain things, you don't have the authority. For certain things, you don't have the skills. And for certain things, you should not go and mess if you don't know the things that you need to do. And that is going to be a huge lesson for some people that are trying to do things that they don't know nothing about it. Talking about the next hour, so here is the ascendant. It goes into the moon. The moon is rising on the horizon. The intuition is getting higher, powerful, strong. Understanding about that you need to change, you need to transform, you need to use this masculine energies, you need to use this authority. You have to go and get your wings. You want to fly. Enough with these restrictions. And you begin to fly, and all of a sudden you see, I'm sorry, there is no fly zone here. You still have to learn how to fly and navigate properly. You can't just go there and fly. You need to learn why you fly. Directions? Anybody? Yeah. You gotta wait for the directions and instructions because you need to learn to change because the love right here, as you see at that midheaven, it's squaring Venus, that love. Are you flying because of your understandings of love? Can the love give you the wings? Or you're flying because you want the love to come to you. Okay? If you're flying from love and giving love, that's going to be okay. But if you're flying because you want to get the love from somebody else that will give it to you, you're demanding to give it to you, it's not going to work. You have not changed yet. All right, so Ascendant right here, talking about this 4 o'clock. I spoke about this 4 o'clock. This is a kind of like a preview of what the full moon will be. And those restrictions is going to be triggers in there. How are you going to act on the restrictions? Who restricting you? You? Is the life, the lifestyle, the situations, or something that you have not learned yet? You haven't developed skills in there. You haven't developed situations in there. So take a look within yourself. That is going to be really triggering hour. As you see it, I'm talking about this triangle here. I made a special report about the full moon. You should go look at it in there. And there was another report about this 4 p.m. that I did, I think, like quite a few days ago. You're gonna be learning a lot about this, okay? But as I said, careful with the authority. What you're saying, what you're signing, what are you making as a decree or law? because some of those law later on they're gonna be destroyed because they are not originated of point of love. All right, so talking about the next hour, communications situations. Yes, the communication is gonna be broken. Communication is gonna become everything goes all over the soup, as you see at the soup right here. You have a lot of tension pressures, energies, a lot of duality, because those dualities they are coming in from Mercury at Sag, Saturn. Is restricting Mars and the Sun because he's in Pisces, creating all this duality. Should I do? Should I not? To be or not to be? I don't know what it's meant to be, but if it's meant to be, must be it. But then I don't know what to be. But also looking at these energies, the visions, the clarity of the visions, they are also in duality sign, which is Pisces. So is the ascendant. So what you're going to see, you're going to see the dualities. If you pay attention of the internal wisdom of the duality signs, that is a like, okay, I look, I understand, I need to go ahead and write it down. The good stuff, the bad stuff, and decide what I'm going to do to make the bad stuff to good, and I can go that direction. Can I go and build more good stuff? Can it transform that energy of duality within me? Can I change myself instead of destructions? I can do a creation. Test. Test, it's coming, guys. And if you those who's gonna pass the test, you're gonna feel it. I mean, everything is good with the family. Everything is good in there. You're gonna see when the moon is gonna go in a Cancer. You're gonna feel that beautiful energy if you pass the test. In there, that powerful energies, the divine energies, they're gonna comes in. They're gonna help and you are going to be okay. We have problem, but it's not a problem, it's a challenge. Let's see what are the challenge, tell us where to grow. If you have not have a mature talks, let's have mature talks. If you don't know what we are doing right now, maybe we can wait. We're going to find some clarity. That doesn't mean we have to break everything apart. And that is a energy that keeps the family, that energy, family energy, that it's working within. And of course, the next hour, the energy is going to be pretty good, but some people is going to be like, where is the love? It's been going on for a few days. You're going to have these things in the back of your mind for it. What do you do? What happened is with all this? And that energy is kind of like, I don't see the love in there. Well, you see what you are. Are you love? Are you love? Or you just want the material possessions, you don't material stuff and everything to be okay at the material stuff, and you think that's love. Lessons in there. And for those who's passing the lessons, they understand that they need to grow something, they need to mature, and that's what the ascendant goes into Leo. Talk about this quite a few days now of these energies, and don't know what else much. I don't want to repeat myself about these aspects in there, but since the moon is changed in Taurus, take a look at it, what's changing for you as far as immaterial possessions. You can have a palace, but you have nothing else. Everything in this palace is just a cold relationships. But you have a palace, or you have a little house in the prairie, and you have all the happiness in the world. Where are you gonna mature? But if you bring that energy of the prairie into the castle and everyone is happy in there, maybe some of you have to look at the beauty and the beast. Big lessons in there. And talking about those lessons, they're going to be triggered. They're going to be triggered the next hour, which is going to be at 9 p.m. Energy. Midheaven, it's opposing Venus. Where is the love? Where is it this? Where is it that? And so on. Karmic lessons, karmic situations, since Venus is approaching the south node. What did you do with the love in the past? It's going to be triggered. The love in the present. But since Pluto, it's kind of like almost squaring it, continue to squaring those. What are you going to see? What are you going to do? Is the past hunt you down and prevent you to do something in the present for a better future? Have you been in a situation like this before? Probably you were. And that's what Pluto says, transform, changed. Okay? You can be a pro for a better world to come. And we're talking about the 10 o'clock energy. Maturing, you're probably going to see this. Sometimes when the queen, after being for so long, or the king has been so long in power and so on, finally realize that one day or another he has to leave the kingdom to anybody. He has to do this, and somebody has to mature. And is a path of the destiny in there. But that path of the destiny, it's the lighting of the proper communications, the proper orders, the proper love that it needs to be with the proper visions. And if you have something in Leo at 21 degrees, talking about on that range, you're probably going to feel these divine energies between Venus and Neptune that it comes in towards Leos. Divinely maturing. Stop acting like a kid. Take responsibility. Stop acting out of the fears. Grow up. Stop having a fight. Learn that the peace is better energy. And we're talking about the next hour, which is 11 o'clock. In there, things has to be healed. I mean, Saturn has to heal these restrictions. But where he heal the restrictions? In Virgo. And to that positions in there in the back of your mind before you go to bed, you see like, what did I did? What didn't I change? If it's a work related issues, don't worry about it. The work's never ending. Okay. But if that is a personal issues, you can go look at it inside from within you. What did you not change? What did you not transform? Where is your deep fear? What is it going on in your subconscious? When are you gonna ending the fears in you? Because Neptune and Pluto, they are in divine energies, and they're gonna tell you, you have not changed. You have not healed the wounds that causing you not to grow. Where are you gonna take a responsibility from yourself? You to do that. Because you do that, there is a divinely awards for you, waiting for you. Everything that you wanted. Because why? Midheaven on the top. Right in here, I'm talking about these energies. What are they? That's a midheaven with Uranus and all the divine energies from Venus, all the divine energies from Mercury, Pluto, who's giving it this power of the angel wings. You're gonna find out what is restrict you to fly, and now you understand. You're still a little bird in the nest, but one day your wings is gonna grow, and you're gonna be ready to fly. But right now is not the moment to fly. Right now is the moment to grow. And that's what I'm leaving you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any concerns, comments, or you need some personal assistance, you can email me on my email. And if there is a comment about the video, you can post it below. Thank you guys, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report and wisdom here for you guys. Be love.